Today we're leaving behind our quote-unquote fun decks to explore the dark side of Historic Brawl, a nice change of pace for the channel and a style of deck that we also need to learn so we can become better at battling it. This is Azorius Control, led by Teferi, who slows the sunset. The deck comes from Thea SK and it can easily be replaced by any of the other two Azorius Teferis. This Teferi has a +1 that allows us to tap and untap things, a -2 that is basically Anticipate, and a -7 that is a Seedborn Muse emblem with extra card draw. The deck goes as follows. Section 1. Counter spells. Not too much to say about this section. Most of the good counter spells, they are our weapons of defense and our most valuable resource that we will need to spend not to die. Section 2, targeted removal. Not too many of them, because we won't let anything of importance resolve in the first place, but sometimes we will need access to these spells. Section 3, ramp. 7 mana rocks to move closer to our 5 drops and 6 drops. It is important at some point to stop defending ourselves and start developing our board, so having access to more mana means we can play our spells, but also leave a counter spell up. Section 4, creatures. These are really valuable creatures that draws us cards, reduce the cost of our spells, and also are very difficult to deal with, such as Imrith and also Dream Trawler. By the way, these two are huge win cons in this deck. Section 5, draw spells. We don't need too many dedicated draw spells, as we get our fix from our creatures and planeswalkers, but these specific spells can refill our hand at any point. Section 6, other spells. Fading Hope, Search for Azcanta, and Shark Typhoon. They didn't fit any other sections, so they go here. Section 7, Super Friends, a legion of powerful planeswalkers to swing games in our favor. They give us card advantage, tempo plays, removal. It is very difficult to lose if we get to play 2 of these at the same time. Section 8, board wipes. We're very concerned about aggro strategies that can move fast and below our counter spells, so we need access to many wrath effects to reset the game as many times as we need. Section 9, extra turns. Once we are ahead on board, these work as win conditions on their own. An extra turn spell with a board full of planeswalkers is most of the time game ending. That's the deck, that's the deal. Now let's go to the games. What's up everyone, welcome back one more time. You know the deal, we play Arena Commander, probably better known as Historic Brawl. Well, today is the time to play with a control. We are playing Azorius Control with Teferi. This list comes from Thea, and it was about time we played and dedicated a full video to Azorius Control. So if you're not a fan of control and countering spells and taking extra turns, then you might as well switch it up to another of my videos. We play bears, we play Boros aggro, we play all the other fun stuff in this channel, so you can go and check those out. But right now we are also playing Magic and trying to not let our opponents play Magic. So I'm foretelling Alrund's Epiphany here because Emry living up to blue mana up is a little bit suspicious. And then right now I don't have anything better to do, so we might as well try to get that counter out of their hands. Yeah, it's a little bit awkward. I don't have a better play, so I might as well give them a target. They were going to use it anyways. Okay, so we are battling versus Emry. We have Mordenkainen Discontinuity, which is basically an extra turn spell. Discover the formula. We have an Alrund's Epiphany, which is foretold. An opponent has this little synergy going where they can sacrifice Chromatic Star, draw a card, and then recast it from the graveyard using Emry. That's a good synergy. That's an extra card draw for 1 mana every turn. And now the same, but a Chromatic Sphere. Okay. More artifacts. And, well, I feel here like playing Mordenkainen can be devastating for them if they don't have... I don't think they can counter this. I should play it. It's very possible that they don't have a way to deal with Mordenkainen, because we can +2 him to draw 2, and then they have to decide if they want to use Emry to attack on Mordenkainen, which is not very good either, or what. So, looking really good. They don't have too much pressure going, and they will have to find something really good. And the fact that we can draw 2 cards a turn, should be wonderful for us. And then we can take an extra turn with Onrus Epiphany, and we can go from there. So, nice start for our deck. We draw from the Chromatic Star, draw a card, make 1 mana. Place another small artifact. So that's a very good set of artifacts to deploy a nice engine, nice Valley engine with the Emry, but we just play a 6-drop and draw 2 cards each turn. So Mordenkainen is a engine on its own. Celestus, another good card. And here comes the Chromatic Star back. Alright, Esper Sentinel is another way that we can start drawing cards, maybe. Let's draw from Mordenkainen again. Wow, it's so good when you have this going. Ooh, Imrith. I love that card. We also have a Narset. We could play Narset and deny them of the extra draw. The extra draws on their turn. Let's go Narset. I don't think we even take her down, because the only thing they can do to Narset right now is attack her for 1. So these are 5 turns in which they cannot draw extra cards. Which is weird. The weird thing is that we don't have a counter spell in hand, so they can easily go interact with those Planeswalkers. And then next turn we can take the extra turn. Take an extra turn, ultimate Mordenkainen, draw our entire deck. That's going to be good. Alright, Otawara, so they didn't use it to bounce anything. Antiquities War. They can look for top 5 cards of your library, reveal an artifact, put it into our hand. That's okay, they can find artifacts, they find the Swiftfoot Boots. It's not good enough. They can do that again next turn. And then chapter 3, every artifact becomes a creature. So what we could do to avoid that is that we could discontinuity their 3rd turn with the Antiquities War. So even if they turn all artifacts into creatures, we could stop them from attacking with those. That's a way that we can avoid that. But I think that we are going to go off here because we can Onrus Epiphany. Alright, so I'm guessing we are +2ing Mordenkainen, getting him into ultimate range. Draw 2. And then I like every card in our hand. I would like to keep the Castle Vantress, but I guess that we don't need so much mana. Don't activate Narset and take the extra turn. And here we go. 2 birdies and another turn. No need to bounce anything. And we should be able to win from here, because we are going to draw our entire deck. Yep, that's the thing that happened. Okay. This is going to be very difficult to pilot, because I don't think Arena is really good at displaying all the cards, 100 cards in your hand. But we have to do it. This is for content. Come on. There it is, our entire deck in our hand. Oh, I get nervous when I have like 15 cards in hand and I don't really know what to do. You can imagine right now I have no idea what's the optimal way. We need Thork TV. Thork TV, if you're listening to this, you probably are going to find 100 million better plays, but I'm just going to take extra turns until we win. Thork TV is one of my subscribers. He always comments on every video, and he just finds optimal plays. That's his thing, and he always sees the things that I don't see. And That's not too difficult because I'm not the perfect player, but it's funny. And now we take extra turns. And let me think, we still have Time Warp. We still have Time Warp. Alright, so what do we want to play for 3 mana? Let's find one spell that we can play for 3 mana. I don't know. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, that's great. That puts Power 9 in our library. That essentially helps us not milling out. And now every draw in our deck is crazy. I think now I want to activate Narset. Let's find a Time Walk. Oh, no Time Walk. Okay, so let's take a piece of Power 9, put it into play. This is so good. Alright. Okay, so we have to win the game. Not mill out, win the game. That's our goal. Oh my god, so many cards. So many cards. Where's Time Warp? I'm probably going to pause until I find Time Warp. Let me pause for a bit. Oh, maybe I can take down Narset, find Time Walk, and then I do it faster. Jesus, so many cards. This has to be Time Warp somewhere here. Alright, so let's go this way. Narset, -2, finds us. Time Walk. Maybe attacking Scrying with Oracle could be better. There has to be a Time Warp here, right? Time Twister, Black Lotus, Stopping Speedo, Fading Hope. Well, okay. Alright, I will take a Black Lotus. Play a Black Lotus. Jesus, I don't know what to do. So many cards. This is great. Okay, so let me find. Oh, there it is. I saw that. Oh, there it is. Okay, so Time Warp. Good. Let's go to attacks. Attack them for 5. Scry. Mox Emerald to the bottom. Alright, they take down to 16. Draw 2 from Mordenkainen. Draw 2 Power 9. Oh, and we don't have maximum hand size because of the ultimate from Mordenkainen, so we don't need to discard anything at the end of their turn. So good. Alright, so a couple of Mox, and we have a Black Lotus and 2 Mox. 3 Mox. And I believe we have a Wind Gun, which is Dream Trawler, that I'm going to find eventually. Jesus, guys, this is 70 cards in hand. We could destroy everything. I'm not going to destroy my artifacts. That would be so mimi. Let's play the island, and there should be... There it is, the Dream Trawler. That's what I was trying to find. We can play something else, or we can go to our extra turn and close the game. Let's go... Oh, we cannot play Teferi from our command zone. It's more expensive. Jesus Christ. Seriously? Okay. Teferi Time Reveler. That should be good. Teferi Time Reveler bounces Emry. Oh, wow. And kudos to opponent for sticking up to the game. There's an Ancestral Recall. I'm not going to draw more cards. It's disgusting. I'm just going, wow, there's our Time Walk. Alright, so now we win because we take the extra turn and we close the game with our flyers. Draw 2, grow the Dream Trawler. Discard that. +1/+0 twice to Dream Trawler. And goes to attack, and we will respectfully try to win the game. Scry from these to the bottom. There you go. I could have drawn 4 more cards, grow Dream Trawler, and I'm going to just play the Time Walk and call it a day. Very nice display from our deck. Opponent, yeah, they had a nice synergies, nice Valley Engine, but as soon as we played Mordenkainen, it was too much for them. Time Walk and Go to our next turn and attack them for lethal. So opponent concedes. Nice game. Of course, I had fun. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue to play with Teferi, who slows the sunset. Azorius Control versus Niv Mizzet Reborn, 5-color Niv. Opponent goes first. Our hand is lacking interaction, but we have a couple of good creatures. Ledger Shredder, Thea. This is a card that I added. I think that you want to have one of these in your deck. Ledger Shredder is a beater. Archmage Emeritus is more of a personal preference. I really like the card, and it can draw you many cards in a game. But Ledger Shredder is so much value for just 2 mana that how can you not run the guy? So we're looking at probably going Arcane Signet first, because we want to fight the Niv. We really want to fight Niv coming down, but I don't think we can do it right now. And they are holding up 4 mana up, so I don't want to give them a good counter target, but I think I still have to run something. Maybe if I run a Shredder, it's okay. Maybe they don't want to fight over it. Maybe Teferi. Yeah, let's go Shredder. Resolves. Okay, that's a good sign. That's a sign that they didn't have a counter or that they have a non-creature counter spell. Oh, we could go Archmage Emeritus. Or we could go Teferi, who slows the sunsets. I don't want to run the Time Warp. Well, I mean, we could try to get the extra turn, right? Let's see. If they have the counter spell, they have it. Well, they have it, and now I regret that line. Alright, Yarok. Yarok duplicates the Niv Mizzet trigger. Yarok duplicates the Niv trigger. We could attack first. And then I feel like we should discontinuity their turn. Let's do this on their upkeep. End the turn before they draw a card. Growth Spiral. They have a World Tree, so their mana will be perfect from now on. We go to our next turn. There's another land. Huh. Okay, how do we want to do this? Cave of the Frost Dragon. We could go to Fairy Dig. Try to find a counter. Because we really need to battle the Niv. Oh, so no counter here. There's an extra turn spell for later. I feel like if we get Patriarch's Humiliation, at least we can deactivate Yarok and not give them double value. Maybe this also triggers Ledger Shredder. Should be good. We can grow the Shredder to a point that it can block Yarok. Because now Yarok is a vanilla 3/5. Yeah, they can play Niv, but... Oh, opponent. They go for the Hydra. That's an interesting play. That's an interesting play. Okay. Here we could take down the Fairy, cash it in to find the... We still need to find counter magic for Niv. Could also discover the formula, hoping to get a counter, but I think we have to cash in Teferi. Teferi is going to die regardless. So we might as well cash it in. There's a disallow. Okay. Feel much better about that. And then we can go Pathway. Put it on blue, and then we have Otawara, and we could also use Archmage Emeritus to draw cards. We're just going to try to fight the Niv. We can take a hit from the Hydra. We can find action to interact with the Hydra. We just need Niv Mizzet not to resolve. Alright, we're taking 8. Down to 17. Back Alley Gardener. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield and you control a single land card, put it on the battlefield tapped. Sure. And a Knight of Autumn. Okay, gives us a Connive. Ooh, Supreme Verdict. That's a good one. That is a good one. Feel now like I have to discard the Otawara. So I still want the Disallow, and obviously I want to keep the Discover. I don't feel like we have to fight for the Arcane Signet. We have to let this one go. Yeah, destroy the Signet. Put another land into play. The next turn we're planning on Disallow is giving us priority. Next turn we go Supreme Verdict. Another land. Well, I feel like it's time. This allows us to Supreme Verdict and hold up. Disallow. Attack for 2, and then mana is okay. We still had the 3 before. Okay, so Supreme Verdict, draw card. Rid of the board and follow up with a command tower. Alright. Mana is good. We have many lands, so we can probably go. There we go, Disallow. We can probably go and discard the formula next turn if we wanted to. We could also play Teferi again. A Timeless Witness for them. Alright. This is annoying because now they can get their best spell from their graveyard. What are they going to get? The Hydra. Okay, get the Hydra again. Wandering Emperor is good. Wandering Emperor is interesting. I feel like now we can go... We can probably discard the formula or Teferi. We can discover the formula and then next turn we can go Teferi. Let's I don't feel like we need to block here. We need to find another counter. Chromatic Lantern can resolve. And here they tap out for a Hydra, so we discover the formula and find... Ooh, Wash Away. Should we battle that? I don't think we battle that, right? Because when they attack us, we can ambush them with Wandering Emperor. Wash Away can counter easily on me. Yeah, we let it go. Wow, this is a close game. I feel like we can lose on the details, and this detail can be letting them keep their world tree. So, good thing we realize of that. So, Field of Ruin takes care of the world tree. We're going to get a white source. Narset. Narset. They're not drawing cards. But we could play her regardless to find a spell. See what we get. Ooh, Disdainful Stroke. That's another counter for Niv, but now they know we have a counter for Niv. Whereas before they didn't know about the Wash Away. Now they know we have a counter for Niv. So it's a slight awkward. It's a good news, bad news situation. So we'll see. The bright side about them not knowing about the Disdainful Stroke is that they might not even play anything, and we can safely go Blues on Zenith or play the Wandering Emperor. Here we exile the tapped Hydra. They went phase. They didn't even bother attacking Narset. They want to close the game. They know we're going to win the long game. Does Neve come down? Leyline Binding. A Leyline Binding that we can fight for. But of course that leaves the door open for Neve, so they can take any Planeswalker they want. Ah, and now they can draw from the Triumph. And draw into another Triumph. Crucia's Titan of the Waves. Should I counter this? They don't know about the wash away. Do I want to let them have this? Maybe not. That card can recycle other cards into better cards, land into other spells, so might as well get rid of it. And now we can either play Teferi, dig with Teferi, or we can Blues on Zenith. We have the creature lands online. We can put a 2/2 with the Wandering Emperor to block. Let's just do that. Cash in the Wandering Emperor. Could also block for Teferi. I don't think I'm going to block maybe Timeless Witness. But we have creature lands. We can find something from the top of our deck. Veto, Mystical Dispute. I guess I take the Veto. Mystical Dispute with so much mana. Right now it's not very useful. Still kind of blocks a very expensive Neve, but Veto might be better. Alright, opponent activates Castle Locthwain. And yeah, I guess now I don't defend Teferi. I don't think I give them the Timeless Witness Embalm. That's awkward. Have to let it go. Yeah. I think I let Teferi go. I don't want to give them any card in their graveyard. Blues on Zenith for full value had to be the better play for us. Okay, you can take down Teferi. That's fine.
You just let me know if you're up for round 2.
Okay, see if they want to cast anything. Mill 4, return a creature from the graveyard to the battlefield. Alright, so this is a window for Blue Sun. And Blue Sun here can draw 3 cards for us. Is that good enough? Is drawing 3 cards with Blue Sun Zenith a good play here? Instead of doing it next turn for more value? And I think the answer is yes. I think I have to, now that I did that play, I have to fully back up the play that I did by playing Teferi, and I need to Blues on Zenith for 3. Okay, that's good. Memory Deluge, Supreme Will, it's good. We started, they started the game, so I can untap this land. Don't know if I'm going to need it, but we can do it. Can also attack them for 2. I guess we go to their turn. We could find a Planeswalker in our turn with Memory Deluge, but let's see. We might have to fight things like these. Teleportation Circle blinks Timeless Witness. We don't let that go. What else? Alright, more cards for them. Down to 16. Don't even attack us. Going to discard something. Make a treasure. And get another card. So now here we can Memory Deluge. Oh, Mordenkainen. I don't think we need Mordenkainen, but I think we need... Huh. Alright, so Elspeth Conquers Death and Swords to Plowshares. I feel like we still need to play these pretty conservatively. We can destroy the Crucias. Get rid of that card forever. And go to our turn. Okay, Deserted Beach. Then we go Elspeth Conquers Death, the Leyline Binding, get back our Narset. Activate Narset. Get an extra turn spell. Alright, now we're going off. We can bounce their Chromatic Lantern. We take an extra turn. Bounce the Lantern. Yeah. That's it. This is where we need it to be. No attacks. They have attacks for non-creature spells. We can play the planes. Activate Narset. Alright, March. March can get rid of Timeless Witness forever. One thing that I've been concerned for a long period of time. Let's see. No attacks again. And I feel like we go to the return with a Memory Deluge, Disdainful Stroke, Supreme Will. Plus March. So they pay 5 for the Chromatic Lantern. Thassa. Resolves. A Loam Speaker. So March here can get rid of a 4-drop. So we could destroy Thassa. Could also destroy the Timeless Witness, which is their only target for Thassa. And I feel like I need to kill the Timeless Witness with an exile-based removal spell. Thassa can only tap down my creatures. And then I can also counter the Llanowar Loam Speaker. Don't need to give them, again, good attacks with 3/3s. Llanowar Loam Speaker making their lands attack. And then nothing else that we can do with our mana, so we untap. And Relapse is great. We can reanimate what? Archmage? Archmage. This gives us extra card draws. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. And then we can go planes. Could also attack with Home of the Storm Giant, but let's keep going like this. Finds the Teferi, finds us. Maybe Fading Hope is another thing that we can take. And then there is a point in which we can just freely attack with Hall of the Storm Giants and the Cave of the Frost Dragon and win the game. Alright. Draw from Teferi, untap. First attack, of course. Attack for 2. And pass. This should be game. Untap both of these creature lands. And with Venom 17. And I think we win, because now we can Memory Lapse Neve. Put it back in the top of her deck. Draw a card from Archmage Emeritus. Yeah. And opponent scoops. Wow, what a good game. Nice. So friends, this is the end of the video, and yes, it was just 2 games. This is what happens when you play Control and these sort of decks. You're going to play 20-minute games and just fit 2 games in a 40-minute video, 35-minute video or so. So yeah, this is the end of the video. Once again, I want to thank Thea for a wonderful deck. And if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing to the channel, leaving a like, leaving a comment. We will see each other on our next video. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week.